Today we're going to talk about all forex scammers who is currently serving time in prison. Now, a lot of the times I make these videos, people are always saying that, oh, but what is happening to these scammers? What is the FSCA doing? What is the law doing? And today I'm going to show you guys examples of people who had scammed and that was found guilty and who's currently serving time behind bars as well. And before we continue, I want to thank our lovely sponsor, that is FXGT. Now, FXGT offers zero spreads, light fastening executions on their Optimus account. This is actually very good for scalpers and high volume traders. They've also won an award for the fastest execution broker at the FMIS of 2025 in Cape Town, making sure that every millisecond counts when you need to trade into the market. Apart from that, they've got low commissions with high efficiency, where you can benefit from their raw ECN pricing with incredibly low commissions per lot. They've designed a platform for maximum value to ensure that more of your hard-earned profits actually stays with you. Now, this is good tailored for African traders where they understand the need for local payment methods, fast withdrawals, and exclusive access to webinars, including education and events all across Africa as well. Very volume friendly for professionals. So if you are considered a professional trader, you will love their volume rebates and custom deals for high volume clients, where they reward you for your commitment. So if you are ready to elevate your trading experience with a broker that truly understands your need, switch to FXGT. I'll leave a link in the description box below, guys. Go check out FXGT.com. Now, number one on the list is Mundo Mani. Now, I made a video on this guy, the owner of Crypto Mzansi scheme. Now, he was sentenced to 10 years direct imprisonment in this year of March 2025, where he operated an investment scheme promising people very high returns, initially dealing in cryptocurrency, but later ran a Ponzi scheme where new investors' money paid earlier ones, convicted of fraud, contravention of the Banks Act, the FASE Act, and the Poker Act also. Now, this is your typical Ponzi scheme where you would take new people on board, and then to pay these people you have to get new people to pay this people. Kind of sound like the stuff people talk about on TikTok over there as well. Next up, we've got Graham Mini and Carolina Mini. This is basically a husband and wife, like a Bonnie and Clyde. Now, this husband and wife was sentenced September 2017, and Graham got 15 years imprisonment. His wife received 3 years in house arrest for correctional supervision. They both orchestrated 278 million Ponzi scheme, promising people unrealistic returns where they could gain 65% per year in forex trading, but engaged in minimal trading and used new investor fund to pay off the earlier ones. And they were both convicted of contravention of the Banks Act. Now, again, another forex related crime. Next up, we've got Peter and Louise. Now, most of these people you guys don't know, which is okay, because why? You're just here to know that the law actually does take its course on scammers. Now, Peter and Louise of Forex International, September 2021. Peter received 15 years imprisonment and Louise received 12 years imprisonment. They operated Forex International, accepting deposits from the public without being registered, promising guaranteed returns, but lost money offshore and used a significant portion for their own benefit. And they were convicted of fraud, theft, contravention of the Banks Act. Peter was also convicted of failing to comply with the Reserve Bank instructions. Next up, Jabulani Cashflow, sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. 2 of the 6 years were suspended where they misrepresented themselves as authorized financial services providers who could trade Forex on behalf of clients, where they defrauded investors through that also. Next up, we got Craig from BHI Trust. He got 25 years imprisonment in a case involving a massive 3 billion Ponzi scheme. While the scheme encompassed various investments, it highlights the type of large-scale financial fraud that often includes of high returns through trading. What? 3 billion? Imagine you're making 3 billion through scamming and you still feel the need to find a new way. If I could get 3 billion, I would probably be building businesses and, just be constructive with the money. Any case, now these individuals, the next people, the people we spoke about now, they were all arrested. They are currently facing time in prison. We can also talk about Lewis Jr. Chakwane, who's also facing prison time as we speak. Also, the following people that we're going to talk about, these are people who still has ongoing cases with the FSCA and the South African law. Now, first up, we got Colin Davids of Platinum Forex, convicted of numerous counts of fraud, contravention of the FASE Act, the Bank Act, money laundering, where him and a guy named Derek Breedekam operated in a Ponzi scheme, soliciting 329 million. Their sentencing was pending as of this year, so they are not yet confirmed to be in prison, but there are certainly high profile cases that can look forward to receiving some severe penalties and some very big jail time as well. Next up, we've got Yakub, Steadfast Pty. He was arrested in August 2024 for an alleged fraudulent investment scheme where investors lost 23 million. Another one promising high returns, but his company, which was not registered with the FSCA or authorized to take deposit, and his case is still ongoing. Next up, we've got Esley Mpaka of Graysore Investments. The FSCA imposed a fine of 2.1 million and a 20-year debarment in December 2024 for operating unauthorized forex investment schemes. The FSCA handed its reports to the South African police, indicating a potential criminal prosecution. Now, when you get debarred by the FSCA, that simply means that you cannot operate in the financial institution for the next 20 years, right? So let's say you are a financial services provider, you are a broker, for instance, and you maybe get caught doing something that you are not supposed to do. If the FSCA debars you for, let's say, 10 years, then that means you are never to be seen opening up a broker or working in the financial space, even as a representative, for the next 10 years, right? Now, guys, these are just certain cases, right? And when you hear about forex traders, and scamming in South Africa, it's almost always a case of people running illegal Ponzi schemes, right? And other types of fraud investment schemes. Now, it's important to keep in mind that all of these cases, they're obviously dealt with based on severity, right? Depending on how high the severity is, because they might go, and because what you find in most cases is that a lot of people, they don't really follow through. Some people, they follow through. It gets as far as the FSCA. The FSCA will investigate, they will warn the public, they will impose a penalty, and in cases like this, they will then forward the documentation onto the police. The police would then investigate the case. If they do find any grounds for criminal activities, then they will arrest the person, and that's basically how you end up getting to jail. But it is also important to note that not all cases related to things like this actually ends up in court. Most of it is settled with the FSCA, where they would either agree that the investor pay back the people's money that he had traded or lost, or the fact that there might be a fine that he needs to pay for a penalty, or he might be debarred and get both. Or remember, if you are found guilty contravening the FASE Act or the Banks Act or any act for that matter, you can get a 10 million rand fine and or up to 10 years imprisonment as well. So next time you want to think about, but nothing's happened to scammers, you might want to think about this video and tell yourself, okay, there is actually people who is paying a hefty price for scamming people. Thank you for your time, and as always, cheers for the ears.